Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our early morning Ascension show. Yay, good morning. And we're on another beautiful, gorgeous, gorgeous day. And we're going to talk about, I'm assuming when I was just tuning in with the councils, the mechanics of, we talk about this all the time, but we're going to slow it down and bring a bit more peace and oneness to it in our co-creations. The mechanics of choosing anew when you're in moment for moment decisions of life, unfolding complexities that we all move through, transitioning into new experiences, transitioning into new moments of now life, understanding that you are the alchemy of much sacred geometry, sacred codes from many dimensions, many realms, that in the knowingness of that, your choice now affects all other aspects of you. The expansiveness of you, the children of you, the future aspects of you. Every now for now moment affects the multidimensionalities of all that you exist within. So choosing from the highest state of being is going to be more and more key from here on out, as we've been talking about for many, many years, but it's more and more evident now because of the light that we exist within, the returning of the energies so much more quickly and obvious to our co-creations, what's sitting before me and how did I co-create that and why did I co-create that and how can I choose anew? So we really want to start honing in on the attunement of creation, the attunement of reality, the attunement of what your vibration is. And because when we belong outside, when we belong with our planet, we tend to be happier because we are returning to the sacred child. The sacred child is the harmonization of all that is sacred and joyful, to be one with our planet. And those of you that have been watching our park sessions, they're showing me that you've been inspiring yourself to get closer to nature and whatever that means to you, whether it's getting in your backyard or going for a walk, whatever that might be. But in that moment, you're feeling more and more majesty and the magic of Gaia, the magic of the biosphere, the magic of the sheaths of energy and vibrations and harmonic songs that are available to you. So you're becoming more and more awakened. They're showing me because through your intention of becoming more connected as a multidimensional being, you're getting the downloads and the upgrades in your sleep time. So you're becoming more and more of who you truly are as you awaken every day. Those of you that have had personal sessions with me are becoming more enlightened and more excited to do your daily self-care, because that in and of itself is allowing you that attunement of awareness in your moment for moment life as you are moving about your planet, which thus creates your higher vibrational choices. Is this going to be of benefit in my now reality? Is this going to benefit me? Am I going to be a powerful co-creator? Am I slipping back into a cycle or a pattern? So that is allowing you to be that moment for moment powerful co-creator, so that in your moment for moment powerful creator, you can simultaneously release the wounding and release those blockages as your moment for moment choices are becoming available. Every now choice is the eternal now. All time is now. All past is now. All present now is all future is now. The highest vibration of your now choice will allow you the highest maximum potential of your own evolution. So you can listen to this first part again and again and again because it's very powerful. It allows you to slow down within your breath. Know that all moments of co-creation are now. How can I slow down my reality so that in my moment for moment now, I'm choosing from the highest capacity so that it affects all aspects of my spiraling now. I want to flow all aspects of me in all dimensions and all realms, the highest potential of my sovereignty. I have power of my choice. I have power of my voice through my voice, and I'm co-creating as a master. The aspects of me on all dimensions, all realms are being called to my circle point now, my 0 point now. And the 0 point is known in many aspects of science. They gave me a short little channel before we started, and it was called the Amplitude. And Amplitude they've given me before. And when I look these words up, it's because they're giving me a new experience of now. Amplitude is the generosity of your grandest experience. And so what their channel was to me, the amplitude of your light is consistent to joy and of joy and being joy. And so amplitude is also known in science as described as the grandest, farthest point away from zero. So as you're creating that experience of that now choice, where you choose to go within is the energy that you want to infuse within. And as we talked about yesterday, really feeling into the vibration of joy. What does that feel like on all perspectives? The spectrum of the crystal, if you will, the spectrum of all that you are, amplifies and touch points all other aspects of you. It allows your DNA to be activated. That touch point of joy, that very center of what was, what can be, that very center of your joy, the amplitude of your light, feeling into that vibration of joy and sacredness and excitement, which is the vibration of the inner child, which is how we feel when we're outside all the time. So if you'd like to take a beautiful deep breath, we're going to tune into that one sentence and that one channeling. So as you can see, the counselors are giving me a bit of an outline every day. They're giving me a channeled statement. We're talking about the channeled statement. We're doing some light language around the channeled statement to release any blocks and veils and discolorations or beliefs that you've had that have held you back in limitation mode, who you truly are as a beautiful vibrational creator, your creatorship. And then we're going to pull some 5-dimensional divination for the tarot and describe it in a way that is multidimensional so that you can begin to play with multidimensional divination tools, infuse your own platform of co-creation. Remember, everything that is now is just a jumping off point. You're meant to co-create on top and expand in any one experience. And while your planet allows you that expansiveness of who we are at a multidimensional level, because as they said yesterday, and we're going to be bringing in daily reminders too, because sometimes we need that as we do our children, when we're offering our children guidance, offering the information and the wisdom so that they have as much as they need to know when they go forward and create their own life and create their own existence with Gaia and with the creators. There's always codes being offered every new day. So if you're doing your own inner work and valuing who you are as a divine creator, you're also amplifying the amplitude. Your amplitude is the experience of that experience, you choosing of it, the discernment of it. So if you're saying, now I choose to have joy, now I choose to be the amplitude, that light is then light begets light, light begets light, light begets light. That's what amplitude is. It enhances it. It becomes the amplifier of what you've described as your light. Your light is your essence with source. Your light is your natural, true, authentic beingship that we're now harmonizing back into, and harmonizing in our remembrance. We've always been divine perfected beings. We've been described and defined and told and taught and shown that our outer reality is what we're here to meld and mold to, and that's not true. Our reality is here what we're here to manifest the heavens of. The heavens live through us. The heavens are us. We are the initiators, the creators, the igniters of heaven. So how do we do that? How do we manifest heaven on earth? Heaven on earth is, take a deep breath. And call in your spirit, your higher self. Know that you are a profound being. Know that you have access to your divine blueprint. Know that you have access to the highest version of you. There's no one, there's no body, there's no entity, there's nobody in this universe, nobody in the multiverse that has any hold or control or energy over who you are as a divine being. You choose your voice, you choose the story, you choose the vibration, you choose the amplitude of your light. You are light that is also matter. Your matter is also spirit. So you are essentially all that is light. So breathe in. I am light. I am light. I am the amplitude of my light. I get to choose and direct and infuse and ignite all that I am as spirit. I am a vessel. I am spirit. I am a beautiful body of matter, and my matter is spirit. My matter molds and is malleable to all that I am as spirit. I get to choose to play and create a divine alliance with light. The alliance with light is all that I am becoming, the amplitude of my light. I am that I am. And feel each chakra just click into place. Ayama ayatidikesia, laliamaya yidnayama. Isiatikai namakadide shishyananakari namakadide shishyanabakada de kanakada de shishyanabakaya de kanamaya de kata. Take a deep breath. and feel that light, that beam of light. I just saw a beam of light coming from the highest of the heavens straight down through the chakras. And then feel your hands on the earth, your spine on the earth, just grounding into earth, feeling the crystalline grids. And intend, I connect with the crystalline grids, the highest version of myself. I am so joyful to be me. I am joyful to be the sacred child. I'm remembering myself as the sacred child. And breathe. As you breathe in, create your I am affirmations. On your exhale, see the bathing, the cleansing, the clearing of all that is not serving you. See any attachments being released through your light, they are released. You don't have to see anything being cut or any cords being cut. You just have to know that your light is sending those entities and energies away, because your light, as there is light, there is no darkness. So focus on the light within, the amplitude of your light. It is natural law. My light, my light, my light. I am the amplitude of my light. I am that I am. Feel this cord that you are as light from the heavens from above. You are the vessel, you are the connector, you are the bridge of all that is. You are the bridge, you are the creator from the heavens to the earth. I am the bridge from the heavens to the earth. I am the bridge from the heavens to the earth. And anchor that light, and feel the divine crystalline energy crystallizing through our earth as that's joy and sacredness. And the hawks above are saying that they're with us. And did you just hear all the birds in the trees now are just singing with us together? So when you're in the parks and you're doing these beautiful chakra activations and chakra alignments, feel into how your environment around you is coming into connection of the spiraling toroidal, your Merkaba that you sit within. You hear all the birds. I don't know if you can hear it from where they just started singing. When you start activating your pillar of light, you start anchoring it to the crystalline grids, everything awakens. And if you do these sessions a few times a week with your pure intention to feel light, to feel the highest version of you, as if you're honoring and stepping up into a new version of who you are as sacred, who you are as a beautiful experience of source, the amplitude of source, because remember, micro, macro, we are aspects of source. We are fractals of source. As we know of our amplitude of light, we get to experience it. We are each the bridges of ascension. We are each the bridges and the vessels of creating something new between the heavens. We have to anchor it, opening our hearts to feel it, opening our hearts to be it, living from choice, from voice in the very center of our hearts. Therefore, we choose better, we choose higher, we choose the higher perspective of who we are, and the earth just lights up. That is the amplitude of our light. And we're going to do that one more time because that was so powerful. I saw these beautiful crystalline rays just pierce through the chakra system, just pierce right through and banish any dark energies that we just carry around. We carry around because we just hear things and we take on beliefs of others or the projections of others because we care about them. We want to see them healing themselves. We want to see them stepping up to their own true highest value, because then you know that they have found that inspiration within themselves. It's a really hard thing as a healer to kind of let go of and detach. You know, you just want to see and feel the best for everybody. You want all children liberated. You want all children to know that their voices are heard. You want those that have been abused to know that they can step beyond it and they can feel beyond it and they can transform beyond it, and their body's actually becoming healthier beyond it. And then they reach out to help others that have also experienced abuse. You want to see that empowerment, because then that's the true heart connection that each of us have with ourselves, because they're aspects of us. Those that you find are your biggest triggers, whether it's somebody that annoys you or somebody that empowers you or somebody that inspires you. They're all versions of you. They're versions of you saying, I accept this moment. I don't have to choose to entangle with it. I don't have to choose to engage with it, but I accept this experience in this moment. I can accept it because it's spirit, it's me. And then you choose through breath, call all your consciousness in, all fragments of you, all aspects of you. If you've had an experience on another planet or in another earthly lifetime where your creativity was a part of your death, or an untimely experience or a really bad experience that is now being mirrored in this reality for you to heal, that soul aspect of creativity or the wound of expressing your creativity must be called back in to be harmonized. It's just being reflected to you in this creative reality because this is where you're most powerful. The now is where you're most powerful. That's why the 0 point is now. You're most powerful now. You are a divine and infinite creator of light. Never ever doubt that. You're a powerful creator of light. You are always light. You are always born as light. You're meant to be light. Light begets light. And whatever you focus on, whatever you intend, however you direct your energy is what you co-create. And that's becoming evident in everyone's life. What have I manifested and how can I choose better? Because I really want to take advantage of this incredible life. Is really, really powerful. And when you know yourself as light, you're giving yourself the amplitude that is joy. Joy is one of the highest vibrations, along with love, along with compassion, the highest vibration to ignite anew. Just as the sun comes into a new frequency, the sun comes into a whole. Greetings, welcome back. This is number 2. Thank you. That was big energy. And so the sun resets itself in every new moment with new codes because that's source creator. Source creator uses our beautiful dynamic matter points, which means planets, alignments, stars, energy within the stars, energy within the planets, energy within all movement of life. There's all harmonic. And our sun is a beautiful activator, and why we choose to intend ourselves to be a part of that living bridge of all that is life between life. We are no different to the elemental version of life. We're no different to the earth version of life, the matter version. And this is what that amplitude of your light is. All things are light. They're just various aspects and various perspectives that they've chosen to be in that moment, through which they've chosen to be a part of the divine design. I'm going to do this lifetime, Spirit. I want to be a part of this aspect of this divine design. The elementals doing an incredible planetary co-creation with Gaia, with many, many beings throughout our galaxy of other consciousness groups that are helping the elementals, that are helping Gaia transform and morph through our own creative consciousness, because it's our consciousness that ignites that new planet Earth. Remember, the collective consciousness first, our collective consciousness awaking to new aspects of who we are, the remembrance of new aspects of who we are, the unity of who we are that amplifies who we are as joy. Because we're not only feeding from our unique joy, we're feeding from now a collective soup of joy, through which fifth dimensional leaderships are coming forward and they're being formed. Like one of my favorite speakers of his own personal life and how he has changed and transformed and done so much incredible goodness for the earth is Scott Harrison. And he is one of the co-founders of Charity Water. So look up one of his stories and you'll find out in your own way. He's a great version and a great example of a fifth dimensional leader. He's working through the ideas of compassion and liberating and empowering the people to create clean water, and how we focus our energies and how distorted our energies have been focused in perhaps superficial ways when we all have the potential to change and create great change with very little. And so he's done an incredible, powerful job in transforming our ideas of how, what we give and how can we give in new ways to help those that we're family with. That if it was in our position, how would we live and how would we be affected if we didn't have clean water that we take for granted every day? And how have we abused our water, how we have abused one another and the degradation of our planet? And there's so many answers and things that can be easily resolved. And so he's done an incredible job of using compassion and gratitude, appreciation, all of those things from where he began his journey. So I really like empowering him and sharing his story. So if you feel so desired to do a good duty today and a good deed, look into the Charity Water and donate whatever you can, because it's an incredible organization that 100% of the proceeds are going right to empower clean water for all people in the world. So it's really, really inspiring. And that's just an example of 5D leadership, of finding the ways, directly linking with spirit and source, the ways will be shown. There's one of his videos where he says, if you're going to help donate to a well, these are the materials that we would use. And they show people these exact materials, this is exact tools that we use to build one well. And the money goes towards those proceeds. So it's very transparent. And they actually show pictures of the people and the tools, everything that goes into it. And it's full transparency, which is the highest level of integrity that we have as co-creators of a 5D planet. And me showing the work that I do is transparency on how I've taught myself and how I've learned and how I've remembered. And I've just been joyful to create illustrations, to create the aspects of who I am and share it. And that's the fullest transparency they're showing me is full transparency. Okay. Oh, so it's about you with you. So just like a corporation, an organization, a charity organization, full transparency, as all organizations and companies and social platforms, political platforms will be shown near the future, to be in full transparency, because if it's not, aspects of its corporation, its branches, if you will begin to break. So every single aspect of co-creation is the tree of life, micro, macro. We each are the tree of life, and how firm in integrity and love and self-love, the integrity of who you are, the transparency of who you are. When you are fully transparent with yourself, you are going to allow yourself to fully accept all that you are, and why healing of the inner child, healing of the shadows is so paramount. When we take ownership of those moments where we didn't act in our fullest integrity, where we didn't choose within the highest benevolence of the greater good, or we didn't choose within our highest level of creativity, or we watched others do that as well, but we send compassion, knowing that, and sending the knowing they will choose their highest knowing at some point, because everybody will return to source. Everybody does return to the circle of one, because that's all there is. So just having that as a knowing, that releases a lot of worry and stress. If you're a parent, we all know as our children grow up and they explore the world and they take themselves out and meet different friends and they go out and start creating their social environment and they go through their challenges of figuring out who they are sexually, intellectually, creatively, all of these things that we do is growing. We're all students of the universe. We're always students. We're never masters. The job is never done. We will always have things to harmonize. We'll always have aspects of us to get to know and to harmonize with, and a new level of integrity, a new level of who am I now. So getting used to this idea of releasing all the worry about what we thought our children should do and go through. And it's not for us to monopolize what their soul wants to call in for an experience. It's not for us to control how they should move through life or what their soul wants to call in for an experience. It's for us to live in our highest level of knowing that they have the amplitude of their own joy. So to see that, to project that, I project the highest level of knowing for you. I see that you're going to create those healed experiences for yourself. I know that you're going to come into a greater alignment with yourself. I know that you're going to be that highest version of yourself. You're going to see your way around that challenge. I believe in you. I know that you have the wisdoms within you. Return within, return within. That is exactly what spirit, all of our spirit guides do. A true spiritualist and a true leader will always return back to the inner realm. I believe in you. I project that you will absolutely have what you need within you. I know that you're going to heal that wound. I believe in you. You have it all within you, because we've done that. We've been there. All masters will do that very same thing. They'll always return you back within. And those of you that are teachers and healers, you know that you've had times where you've had to turn away clients, because your clients tend to take advantage of the answers that they think that you know, but they don't. And there will be times where you have to really detach and disengage, and to truly empower them to seek those answers within themselves, because they're ready for it. They have to know that it is within. And to do that work is the most empowering. It's how they allow themselves to grow and expand and be their highest. As parents, we really want that. We don't want to stay up worrying all night and wondering if they made the right choice. Are they going to get home okay? And all of those things that parents worry about. But our children will call in the expressions that they need, but for us to empower and to see them as the greatest amplitude of their own soul's joy. Every particle is every person you've ever known or ever will know. See every part. And now we go for number 3. Big energy keeps cutting me off. And all those little fractals is parts of you. And to empower yourself that you do know what you're doing, you do honor the process of evolution. You do honor the process of falling down and getting back up again. You do honor the process that there is no failure. It's just a matter of restarting and resetting. And that's what Gaia has been going through in this alignment. Everything has been reset. Our whole planet's been reset. The elementals and all life systems in between life systems are a part of that process. And so see your children living from their highest amplitude of joy. Return them back to their higher self-wisdoms. Return them back to their higher knowledge within. Return them back to trusting and knowing their intuitive self. Trusting their choices. Trusting the inner voice. That is our power of eternal life. That is our power of eternal co-creation. And so take a deep breath. Let's reconnect. Let's call all fragments and all aspects of who we are in any creative dimension, any realm or any aspect in any dimension, any body, any part, any planet, any aspect of us that is required to be called in for the highest fulfillment of who we are in this moment as co-creators. Return now. And just say with intention, I return the highest aspects of me. I return all aspects of me to return now. My energy, my thoughts, my words, and my deeds return to me now, please. My consciousness is mine. My light is mine. I have the amplitude potential of my light, of my consciousness, of my co-creatorhood, and ground it. And ground. Just touch the earth. Up to the heavens, I am the bridge of consciousness. I am the bridge of light. I am the bridge. And ground, and ground. See this beautiful, beautiful, lovely chord. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Gaia. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Gaia. I am the co-creation of my reality. I am the co-creation of my reality. Thank you, Spirit, and all that I am co-creating within and without. Thank you, Holy Spirit. In great reverence, I am one with you, Gaia. I love you, Spirit. I love you, Gaia. Gratitude is so very important in the process of co-creation because it shows that gratitude is the highest portal of appreciation and reverence for all that is life. Thank you, Spirit. And why we have to have those practice realms. We have to have practice realms because we're biochemic, metaphysical properties of spirit. And we can co-create anything if we so choose, but we must practice how to use the right energy, the right infusion, the right honor of intention, and direct our energy in the right ways. That's why we need so much time in this process of ascension to work through those beliefs and work through the ego and the inner child, honoring the inner child. So this is what they gave me in this amplitude of joy is equal to our light, and our light is equal to the amplitude of our joy. From macro spirit. The amplitude of your light is consistence and the consistency of your joy. So the more joyful you are, the exact amplitude of your light, the brightness of your light, the transparency of your light, and the clarity of your light. Remember, getting really refined with who you are as light and practicing that refinement. That's the fun part. And in physics, it's called the value, the maximum state from the 0 point. And that's what amplitude means. It's the maximum state from the 0 point. So here's 0, there you are. And that's the trajectory that you want to set with your light. And so we want to have the discernment and to know within existence, how are you discerning a moment for moment heart space choice and how it will serve you? Is this experience, whatever is before you, does this experience serve me? And wait and breathe, bring all of your consciousness to your heart, and then navigate in it or around it and through it. So that you don't have to engage, you don't have to entangle. You can choose not to continue with that cycle of torment, or that cycle of habit, that cycle of addiction. You don't have to cycle in that dysfunction. You can choose to step away from it. You can choose to acknowledge it. This is the important part of co-creation that we've been so stuck within for eons, is the cycle of separation and judgment. When you judge something, you're separate from it. And you're choosing not to see it as you, but it is you. So the more that you resist it, the more that you discount it, the more it will return back to you and return back to you and return back to you, because it's all in a spiral. So if you're not accepting it now, it's just going to spiral back to you. And if it gets to a point where it'll be more and more profound and more in your face, so it's good enough to deal with that energy and that entity, deal with that particle of government, if you will, or that pharmacare policy, whatever it might be. It's just a belief, it's just a pattern, it's just a block. So it's just accepting it. I accept that that's a part of our reality, but I choose not to engage with it, and I can navigate around it. I've accepted it as a part of me. I've accepted it as a part of that co-creation. So we're releasing ourselves from separation by not judging it. We don't want to walk around in our judgment of it, because that's judging who we are as the creator of it. We've had to create it for a reason. We are the creators of everything in our reality. So what was that creative experience showing you? What was that manifestation showing you? Might be just to observe joy. Might be just to observe how I honor and I respect and I value those in my family. They're a part of who I am. I wouldn't want to negate them. I wouldn't want to ignore them. They're absolutely, and I see them healing those aspects where they're judging me or separating from me. I absolutely send them light in that. But I don't have to engage with energies that are not valuing and honoring or nourishing what I choose now, because I choose myself as different. I choose myself as a higher version of light, and I want to be nourished by that equal opportunity light. Therefore, I'm always knowing that I'm evolving and I'm expanding. Discernment is going to be so very key. As we're expanding into new graders of light, greater realms of light, greater sheaths of light, we're going to want to know in every moment, am I aligned with my heart space? What am I feeling? I'm trusting what I feel. I'm trusting what I'm sensing. I'm going to tune into spirit. How may I serve? How may I know I'm serving? And now I'm going to choose from my heart space. You don't have to have that energy exchange if it's not healthy and if it's detrimental to you. So not having judgment, because all aspects is a part of you. So just own it and honor it and accept it. And then it will move on. It's wanting your acceptance and your ownership, and you can move on. And so now we'll do beautiful tarot. We've got our sun and moon and stars tarot. So thank you for joining me, and just keep breathing and connecting with the earth. I'm a beautiful aspect of the earth. Thank you, Holy Spirit. And I'm seeing myself float within the beautiful crystalline grids, and just see yourself as a beautiful particle of light. Tuning in through intention. I'm tuning into the harmony and the frequencies of communication that are spirit, that are the trees, that are nature. Thank you. I'm just doing some clearing as we're doing that. Thank you. There's some beings from the fairies and the gnome creational collective. We are with you in your segments of nature. We would like to take part in your co-creations when you are in a peaceful and joyful state. You can still be at peace and be joyful in peace, for everything is coexistent, for all is within the realm. And so the fairies and the gnomes were saying everything is matter form. So they were showing me a flower and how the flower was peaceful and joyful within itself. It just knows how to be a flower. It just knows how to blossom, how to bloom, how to smell good, how to look good. It doesn't question itself in any part of the co-creative process. It just is. And so we've got some really powerful cards that are coming out. This must be really big energy. So we've got the 9 of Cups, we've got the High Priestess, and we've got the Magician. I mean, oh my goodness. Is that a powerful creator week? We're in a really profound week, a new moon. So we are really, really in really profound energies, and that's why the video keeps cutting off. When we're connecting with our crystalline truth, our crystalline oneness with spirit, the greatest joy we have to be with our beautiful, beautiful sacred planet, we're healing all things that have gone awry, if you will, from our previous co-creations of not honoring Gaia, not honoring who we are, the damage that we've done to our bodies through addictions or self-harm or self-neglect. But those were all a part of our path that we had to awaken to. And then we get to feel the amplitude of our joy when we fall in love with ourselves again, not needing anyone around us or of us or outside of us to show us that, or to be that for us, or to obligate someone or entitle ourselves to another to know that we are important within ourselves, that we are the magicians and the all-knowing being. And it does really create our self-fulfillment, which is our own highest version of who we are. It's the ending of the 9 is the highest individual number of a cycle. And then we begin in the new state of oneness. The 1 and the 0 is ourself as a new being of light, and the 0 is the God self. So this is powerful. It's the magicianship of who you are, the all-knowing of who you are, and honoring all the wisdoms that you have done from within and without, and sharing what you need to share, but not all that you need to share, and allowing everyone else to have their own path. Allow their sacred wisdoms and their sacred intuitiveness and their sacred directory of how they choose to live their life. And it's all very sacred and well for each being, what they need to see and what they need to be shown. There is no correct one way. Your way is right for you, and to hold that very sacred and hold that very quiet and hold that very simple within yourself. And that is the highest path of self-fulfillment. I'm feeling very become right now. It's so powerful. They're saying, little have we known that then this energy and the vibration of the Nine of Cups is self-fulfillment. And that self-fulfillment is offered to us in so many different ways. When you can exalt fully in yourself, when you recognize your own gifts and your own talents, and nobody has to bring it to you. This is so profound. Oh my gosh. Some of us wait so long to be a part of a tribe or a belonging or a collective. And when we get feeling outcast again and again and again, we continually seek. Thank you, beautiful dragonfly. We feel ourselves to be that continual and eternal seeking where you feel like you fit. But the paradox is that perhaps we fit everywhere all the time, but we just need to fulfill ourselves and admit and accept who we are within ourselves. Regardless of how many times we feel we've had to move or step away or move away from those that don't appreciate or like us, or want us to be quiet, or want us to change, or want us to be less than who we are because they don't understand our ways, or we speak too much of a truth. But to have it come from nobody but you, that's so profound. So they're just showing me the infinity above the person's head that is creating it. There were aspects of you that knew you would get to this point of self-exaltation, through which it didn't need to come from anybody else, but only in you fulfilling you. And you can only fulfill you when you're choosing from your heart, when you're choosing an environment, even if it's something different than what you're sitting in, because you know what you're sitting in just doesn't feel good. That what you're sitting in just doesn't feel right. Because you know that there might be those around you that aren't speaking truth or being in their transparency, and it does affect your level of transparency. And however hard it is to walk away, you know you need to walk away. And even if you're teased or condemned or pushed, or fragmented, you know that at a later date that you can call it in and become new. And that is self-fulfilling. I'm channeling what I'm saying right now because it's a download of my higher self. The self-fulfilling prophecy that we have within ourselves is that we only need to move for our choices of ourselves. And when I touch the earth, I feel free. When I live from the earth, I feel free. When I fully be who I am, I feel free. And I know that my heart will connect with those that are meant to connect with me. And my path is not meant to be like anybody else's. And I'm not meant to fit in a box that is defined for me or pre-described. But I wouldn't want to be like anyone else. And I'm fulfilling my own prophecy in doing so and being so. And I will be the voice for many of those that have already had their voices taken and squashed and degraded and demeaned by programs of limitation and fear and bullying and greed. And I will be that voice of something new, because I am alive with the planet and I'm alive with spirit, and I am the bridge. I am the bridge for just me. And you are the bridge for you. And you keep your sacred teachings and your sacred knowings in your own sacred way, like a beautiful little sacred experience in a sacred little box, just for you in spirit. Some things on my path I've said many times is just for me in spirit. because there are things I want to keep just between me and spirit. There's very few people that have truly known who I am and truly know me, because they just haven't, and I haven't allowed them to. The level of intimacy and truth and transparency just hasn't been there. And that's been a very sad path, but one that I had to take, because I know that my path is going to be one where I have to take it by myself, because spirit wants great things of me. And it's not a path that any one person can take with me. And that's been hard for someone that's been brought up as such an empathic person that feels everything and wants everyone to be well and wants everyone to be aligned in joy. As much as you want for someone to live in joy, there's some that may never live in joy. And those for an empath and crystalline children just know the fabric of joy, and we feel the essence of joy. Those things are lessons that we have to live through and navigate through and learn from, and put it in our secret little box to have it become a part of us all over again. And we harmonize it into something new. And we keep those as treasures. I call them my little pocket of treasure, my pocket full of light. The little things that I just know, and the little things that my teams just know about me, that will never get shared, that will just between me and spirit. It's total self-fulfillment because I'm okay. When you're okay and totally fulfilled just being with spirit. And that's a really big acknowledgement, because so many times we move through our life feeling the imbalance of dysfunctional connections. That's huge. Why did I feel the need to be connected with such dysfunction? In any way that it occurs, whether it's a workspace, whether it's a circle of friends, whether it's a dysfunctional partner, and the same cycles of karma keep going and the same cycles of conversation keep continuing. Why is your soul okay with that continuation? And there's no judgment on any of it, because you have to get to that point of self-radical acknowledgement. Why did I allow that to continue for so very long when my soul deserves so much more? My soul deserves to feel the excitement of the fairies when I connect with them. My soul deserves the enlightenment that I feel when I touch the planet and the planet feels me. And then I'm given visions of light that burst across the cosmos when I am in my highest joy. But part of my path and part of my learning and my teaching was that as a sacred child, I was looking to others around me as friends in the playground. And they weren't there yet. They're not ready yet. They don't understand that touching the planet can be felt and seen in all ways. And for those of us that can see and feel and experience that, as we're physical humans, it's kind of lonely. But it's the radical self-acceptance that spirit is within all of that love. And that self-fulfillment. Because the limiting belief is that you needed it from others outside of you. And I don't. That's why it's so powerful. I was telling myself for years that I needed it from others outside of me, my family, the ones that I trusted. And I let everybody off the hook. I don't need any apologies for how I was treated and what was taken. I don't need it. Because I'm a magician and I'm going to create it again and again and again. The spirit will show me and take me where I need to be taken. And I will always, always have the strength to move forward in different ways, however spirit wants me to be the vessel. For example, I am a magician and I have very sacred knowledge. Sacred knowledge. And I get so excited when I share it. That's who I am. I am a teacher at heart, and I'm a healer. And I get to exalt in that. It's so profound. That was just like that's an activation. Thank you, Spirit. And so we're just going to do a really beautiful, quick channeling. Thank you for allowing me to be intimate and vulnerable with you all. I'm so very grateful. And every time I go out to the park, I always bring tissue because I always end up feeling the beauty of Gaia. I'm just gonna that person's horn. So get in touch with how the environment clicks in and tunes in with you. You will get the confirmations from spirit and from reality, from the beautiful Gaia that is with you and speaking with you. I know that some of you have had sacred events with me, and you've been out with me on nature and the beautiful things that have happened and these miracles that happen with us when we're out in nature together. So many of you know how profound connecting with nature and having an activation with nature can be, just as I've shown you this moment. I know spirit is telling me I'm a vessel of exploration and exaltation, so that I'm here as an example. I'm here as a way shower, as many of you are, because I know many of you are teachers and you come to me for that reconnection and those activations. And I know many of you are wonderful teachers of Gaia and of energy. And so spirit is showing me that when things like this happen, they're showing those of you that so desire to know that there are profound energies of activation, of release, of healing, of contemplation and exaltation, of pure self-love that occur when you're open and just allowing and trusting the universe to provide you in those transformative moments. This is how powerful we each are. And you'll find your own audience. You'll find your own tribe, whether it be nature tribe, whether it be wildlife tribe, or whether it be a human. It doesn't matter what your tribe is. It's powerful and profound. And so exalt in it. I couldn't ask for a better tribe. I couldn't ask for a better tribe. 3 major arcanas. That's how powerful this is. My tribe is Gaia. My tribe is all that is spirit. I'm a guide for humanity. And I'll be moving and I'll be shifting in the most beautiful of ways, however spirit wants me. I'm a vessel of potential, and I help show others it's okay to be vulnerable and deep and sacred and soft and gentle and sweet. It's okay to be the one that cries. It's okay to be the one that cares. It's okay to be the one that creates and acts silly. And it's okay to be the profound healer. It's okay to understand alchemy beyond what others might understand. It's okay to have sacred knowledge that some might not even get. It's okay to be the influencer of the weird and the awkward. That's radical, radical, radical self-fulfillment. So be okay, whoever you are, in whatever form and whatever challenge or whatever tragedy you might be experiencing, or whatever joy and whatever sacrifice or whatever unfolding or whatever peaceful contemplation you might be held within. It's all perfect, and so too are you. And we thank you, dear lighted ones. Thank you for allowing me to be more of who I am. I'm so very happy. I've got the gnomes here and they're wanting to pull one fairy and gnome card. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I'm so grateful. We want you to exalt in who you are, dear lighted ones. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Councils of light, Pleiadians, Syrians, Exorians, calling from the Pleiadians and Andromedans and the councils of light, and the very beautiful ancestors always with us. Ancestors, ancestors, ancestors. Call upon your ancestors in every moment. They're so profoundly in love with you. The ancestors support you because they are your lineage and they are you. All aspects of who you are then and now, all aspects of the evolution of who you are. Everything is within a moment of evolution, and there is always going forward. There is only going forward, and all of your ancestors are supporting the highest light evolutionary programs. That's what your ancestors' roles are, is to pull upon the highest level of light for your evolution. Thank you, Holy Spirit. We're calling in the highest beings of light to bathe and cleanse all bodies and all energies that are not serving in the highest in light. Just release them, because your light is the releasing of all those energies and darknesses and densities, and send them on their way. We send them back to the Holy Creator for their redirection, please. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. We are in our highest loving light, and we accept everything as all things of spirit, and we navigate in and around them through our hearts. We are the amplitude of our light, which is joy. Joy brings us the highest amplitude of our light. Oh, that's profound. The singer of initiation, which is the elemental aspects that amplify, again, amplitude is coming back again, amplify initiation, amplifying our initiation into a new frequency of heaven on earth, that you are the vessel, you are the bridge. And in that initiation, you're being made anew, and you're going into new realms and sheaths of co-creation, procreation, and you are infinity to yourself. Remember, everything is always eternal. Now is eternal. Now is eternal. Now is eternal. It's like now creating creative eternal now. And this is the fairy who kissed the pixies. That's a beautiful, beautiful card. So the pixies and the fairy elementals and the light elementals are coming forward to know that we are being blessed and kissed forward into new initiations and new realms of being ourselves. Remember, these are so symbolic and so very powerful. That was a powerful, powerful divination spread. We had the magician, we had the high priestess, and we had the 9 of cups. That's so profound. So if you want to, dear lighted ones, take yourself into the park, pull out your own divination, and muse and ponder and open and be vulnerable with yourself, and tap into the grids about how profound and how radical you are in the beautiful unfolding of who you are, and initiate yourself to be kissed into a new frequency and a realm of co-creation and a realm of undeniable new becoming. You are very, very sacred. You are very, very beautiful. And we love you so very much. So just know you're being initiated, dear lighted ones. We love you so much. Feel into the earth. Be vulnerable with the earth. Be vulnerable with spirit. And spirit's always there waiting for you. Goodbye, dear lighted ones. We love you so much. For those of you that love to make a donation to us, our links are below. We're sending you beautiful loves and kisses and connection with the planet. Place your hands on the planet. Just send great love and gratitude. She feels you. She feels you. You'll have the activation that I had today. So please write your comments below about all your park experiences. We love you so very much. And we'll see you soon, dear lighted ones.